Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Big Pumpkins Furman.
Oh yeah,
Tonight
they're ready for harvest.
we're coming to you live from the heart of the very pumpkin patch that hosts the Great Pumpkin each year. This might be a little early for the pumpkin thing, but I'll go with it.
Yeah. They were chopped off the vine, so I grabbed them a little early, but that's fine.
I seem fine. I don't know. You're gonna carve a face in those? Scare off evil spirits?
They're very, very small. I don't know.
They look like about a handful.
Get out my X-Acto knife to. Yeah.
Yeah, those might be painting jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, painting ones would be better.
Where? So you said you grew those yourself?
Oh yeah. I've got a little bit of a pumpkin vine in the backyard. It's the second year I've had one. This one was a surprise, though. I saw it peeking up. Apparently, the animals didn't eat all the seeds over the winter, so they started growing. And instead of mowing over it, I'm like, hey, let's see how it goes. Got more like 10 of them growing out there.
Oh, you're a regular green thumb Jack over there, growing your pumpkins in your very yard.
Sure, let's go. Let's go with that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Every time I try to grow stuff, animals eat them. They were eating the tomatoes off the very vine. I'd come out and there'd be like just one with a big possum bite out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have. Well, I was gonna say you had a fence too, so I don't know. We only get squirrels in our backyard, and I saw one sneaking by the pumpkin patch earlier this week, and I ran out after it. Shoo it away.
You should give yourself a dog.
We don't have any shade though, so like there's no trees obscuring any like visibility, so they might be afraid of like vulture hawks or whatever they're called.
Well, I would tell you that vultures are actually carrion eaters. They're not birds of prey.
Yeah, well, we have hawks anyways around here, and I've seen one landed perched atop our playground with a rabbit. Our rabbit split in half. I had a hose off the slide because there was a whole bunch of blood.
Gruesome. Building those childhood memories.
Oh yes, definitely something my kids will remember.
Speaking of things kids might remember, and you might have seen this, live from the Scanner Radio.
Oh no.
Scanner Radio giving us the hot news in the tri-states. With this hot off the scanner presses news, 5th in Washington, a male was dressed like Santa Claus and has a white beard, driving a red truck, and was chasing children. Quincy Police Department en route. Oh my gosh. Imagine you're one of those kids.
Yeah.
I don't want Christmas to come this year, Mommy. Oh my gosh.
No. Was he like getting out of his vehicle and chasing down children, or was he like trying to mow down children with his vehicle?
I don't know.
Either way, it's bad. But you know, there's yuck.
It's not good.
No way.
It's not good.
No, not at all.
I think it puts your truck carnage traumatization of your children to shame with this fine gentleman and his extracurricular activities.
I don't know. I don't know what possesses some people.
Demons.
Well, obviously.
I mean, generally speaking, that's what.
I mean, I was just
possessory influences.
How do you? Hey, guess what? Today's a fine day for dressing like Santa and chasing little children.
I don't think this. I think he probably had the suit Maybe he's like a mall Santa. He finally had enough. He even has a red truck and everything. Maybe that's like his sleigh.
Well,
Spelled
yeah.
Slay.
Oh no.
Get it? Because he's like
Yeah.
killing people.
Like that the clown with the ice cream truck on Twisted Metal, Sweet Tooth.
You love Sweet Tooth.
No, he's horrifying.
He's your guy on that game now.
He is my guy. I don't know. I was always more of a Warthog fan because he had like homing missiles.
I never played that game. I think I might have played the original at a friend's house. That was it.
No, it was like, oh hey, T for teen or M for mature or whatever, and I'm like 12 years old playing them. Hey mom, this is a great game. It's like, had like, for some reason, like Rob Zombie was like the guy who did the soundtrack.
Oh yeah. Oh, Rob
He was
Zombie.
even a character.
I don't know about that guy.
He was even a character in Twisted Metal 4. It sucked though. The ending was like just they're like, oh, play through the characters to figure out the ending because so be careful what you wish for type deal. And you get to the end with Rob Zombie and he's like, I just want to rock or whatever, and it's just like a music video of him. It's very disappointing.
Yeah. I dig through the ditches and track you down. Yeah, it's like that, right? I could be rough.
That's literally exactly what he says.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's Dragula. I think that's the.
Yeah. Dig through the ditches, burn through the witches, and slam in the back of my Dracula. And I'm assuming that a Dracula is a red pickup truck.
Oh, and then he went on to direct some movies.
Yeah. I've not watched any. I don't like horror films. It's a general rule. And so I have not seen any of Rob Zombie's films. But I hear people like them. But I don't know.
I don't know.
This Santa Claus is probably a fan.
I don't want to know, actually. Like I said, maybe he just finished watching a Rob Zombie film. He's like, you know what?
Oh, all right. Don't go all Tipper Gore on us here.
What?
Don't go all Tipper Gore on us. Don't say the media is causing the violence. Wasn't that Tipper Gore?
Oh, that was a lot of the politicians in the 90s.
Nancy Reagan? Barbara Bush? All of them?
I don't know about Nancy Reagan.
I don't think Hillary was out there talking about violent video games, but who knows?
Oh, definitely was.
Also on the scanner, interestingly enough, a follow-up from our scanner story from 2 weeks ago now, not mentioning any names about why there wasn't a regularly scheduled Triggered podcast on Friday of last. But 4th and Main, a vehicle hit and knocked down a stoplight. QPD and messing around. I'm like, oh my gosh, an accident. But I decided to throw my hat in the fray, and I comment, it's that guy from last week getting revenge. You remember.
Oh, no.
You remember. The lamp fighter.
Yeah.
Anyway, a guy, funny enough, apparently a friend of Lamp Fighter follows the scanner, saw my comment, and replied, hey, I know the guy. He said as far as he was concerned, they had it coming.
Oh, no. Oh, not good.
That's wonderful.
That's our tax money.
Well, I mean, if these lamps are going to be picking fights with Joe Schmo on the street, I think they have what's coming to them. I agree 100%. With old Bob Parson.
Just start going to town on the on the street lamps and the stoplights around town.
Well, you got to watch out. Like I said, that last guy got put into the hospital by that lamp. So you better want to not bite off more than you can chew if you can help it.
I guess not.
Well, I guess not. Oh, well, you might have seen this.
Oh, that hurts my heart so much.
Oftentimes, these conspiracists have an overflated idea about the technological capabilities, let's just say, of the people that are perpetrating their alleged conspiracies. And so someone made this excellent meme, I thought, and because of your beloved Beast Wars being featured in it,
It is.
it's being subtweeted though. It's not even being specifically referenced. It's just the image.
I know.
However,
I know. It's Optimus Primal.
yeah, absolutely, obviously. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's from that horrible CGI Transformers Beast
It won
Wars
an
show
Emmy.
from 1990.
It won an Emmy.
I remember.
It won an Emmy for its visual effects.
I was 13. I remember that. It was a big deal. But that show was garbage. The CGI was terrible. If they try to fake the moon
There's no
landing
way.
with CGI
There's no way
from
you were
1996, yeah. Everybody has my birth year now that watches this. Good thing we have an audience of 7. Most of them know us personally. But yeah. If they tried with like 90s technology to fake the moon landing, they'd be like cubes and rectangles with cones and things, little polygons, planting flags and stuff. I don't know that I'd be convinced by that. So
No, I don't think that's what they're getting at though. But still, the meme is pretty funny.
the meme is funny. I mean, I don't know, because moon landing denialists, those guys, they'll get punched right in the face by Buzz Aldrin if they're not careful.
They will. And he can punch as many conspiracy theorists as he wants.
Oh yeah,
Really.
he's an American hero.
The cops
yeah.
are. Oh man, 911! I'm being attacked. Oh, what's the deal? Oh, Buzz Aldrin punched me in the face. You probably had it coming.
And he did. Watch that video, everybody. Google it. Buzz Aldrin punches moon landing conspiracist in the face. Drops the guy. Buzz Aldrin, he's an old man now. He was an old man then. But he just loved
Definitely.
It was completely wonderful.
And just justified too.
Absolutely. As much as those Antifa guys like to say that punching Nazis is fine and good, punching moon landing denialists is an even greater good, as far as I'm concerned. But you know what isn't good, Adam?
Drugs.
Drugs. I don't know, depending on who you ask. So unless...
eating a whole bag of narcotics.
I didn't even see that one. What happened with this?
No, it's on the
Scanner radio. Somebody in the area ate a whole bag of narcotics.
Yeah, there's a.
That's a good way to die.
I know, right? And then there was another one a few hours before, maybe a day before, about a guy who ate a bunch of edibles, and he was feeling paranoid. That's what it was.
I hear that'll happen to you. I've never.
He was just freaking out, man.
I've never eaten enough edibles to freak out, man. Or ever, any, as far as you know.
Yeah, no, I've had enough burger to freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Just lay on the couch. Oh my God.
Hand me that remote.
My friends and I, there used to be this. Do you know of Monocle's Pizza?
Oh, I wish we had one.
Yes, so you're aware of the Monocle's Pizza. It's pretty good.
That thin and crispy cracker crust.
It was so wonderful. There was a Monocle's Pizza in Clinton, Illinois, which is close to where I grew up, that had all-you-could-eat Monocle Mondays. You drop $5 and they'll make you a medium pizza. And you can eat as many medium pizzas as you can eat. So we'd have an eating contest at Monocle's Pizza on Mondays to see who could put away the most. I think the record was 2.5 mediums.
Jeez.
But we'd leave there we were like in terrible shape, but oh, so satisfied. We couldn't do anything but lay there. We'd pick up like a case of beer afterward and say, let's go back to our friend's place and play video games or whatever. And we'd just be like, oh, I need to sip like half a beer, but it's sitting on top of 2.5 medium pizzas. It's not going anywhere.
Gotta be careful with that one.
We're like, everybody's just like laying around for the next 4 hours. It really ruins your plans for the evening.
This party is lit.
But it was a good time. No, but what seriously is bad, to quote the Lorax. Wait, was that? It might have been the Onceler. Regardless.
The Lorks.
Is patriarchal oppression. And you know how we fight back against that? With the letter X. In order to be more inclusive, apparently, though I didn't know this, TEDx London has changed the name of an event, a virtual event that they're having, from TEDx London Women to TEDx London Womexen, with an X where the E is in women.
Womexen?
Womexen, I guess. I don't know how to say it. That's not the phonics that I was hooked on, my friend. But they just drop it in there without specifically referencing it. So this person says, what is a Womexen? Obviously. I too was confused as I had never heard this before.
It sounds like a medicine.
Yeah, it's like a prescription.
Yeah. Ask your doctor if Womexen is right for you.
It is apparently if you hate the patriarchy, because old TEDx London took the time to reply to this individual for clarification and said, why we're using Womexen. No, that's not a typo. Womexen is a spelling of women that's more inclusive and progressive. The term sheds light on the prejudice, discrimination, and institutional barriers Womexen have faced and explicitly includes non-cisgender women. And I said to myself, I didn't feel very inclusive by excluding the E or A, basically erasing men and man from the word itself. That doesn't sound very inclusive of the male gender to me. But who am I to say I'm just a tool of the patriarchy, wielding my privilege like a cudgel? Pummeling all
no,
these
this is in London?
It is TEDx London. And I don't know.
So you know that you know they're not going to have J.K. Rowling speak.
Why not? J.K., she's a very progressive individual.
She turns out that she draws the line at some things, like certain transgender stuff and what's the other thing? I can't remember. She's been called a TERF, right? Trans exclusionary radical feminist. She's
still a radical feminist, though, right?
She might be. I don't know. It sounds like if you're using the word women and then including non-women in it, bye-bye feminism.
I don't know.
It's like come full circle. You're including men in the definition for women, and then hello, there's the patriarchy right there popping up behind your shoulder.
I'm so confused, just like glimpsing down the rabbit hole without even jumping down about all of this stuff. I mean, I don't want to alarm you, but they use the offensive non-inclusive word several times, not just as an exemplar of the former word, in their own explanation here. Under their own rules that they've established via this exchange, that would be non-inclusive and not progressive. So hashtag regressive. Cancel TEDx London. They use the word women with an E, not just as an exemplar of the prohibited taboo word. Oh, it's like using cracker or something to refer to us white folks. Can't abide it. But I saw this.
You could go for some crackers.
Oh, I had a bunch. We had some chili left over from last night. Oh man, I put some saltines on top with some cheddar cheese.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking about just like demolishing a box of like ranch flavored. That sounds good.
Crackers? Who started making ranch crackers?
You got like ranch. Come on.
I've never heard of
That's
this.
like the whitest of the white foods.
No, I don't know.
You've never heard of ranch flavored crackers?
No. Never heard of ranch flavored crackers. I didn't know. I thought they came in buttery, like club crackers and Ritz's, or like dry and salty, like saltines.
They do have flavored crackers ever since probably the 80s. There's like, tomato basil. There's cheddar. I can't believe you've never heard of flavored crackers.
They've flavored
Where do you
tortilla
live?
chips and potato chips.
It's because you're living in just the pumpkin patch.
That's exactly right. What do you expect from me, man? I've got a pirate high-speed internet link out of a pumpkin patch. You can't expect me to be up on all these cracker facts. But looking at this, I was a little like, I don't understand any of this. It's outside of my scope of experience. So I was given a little bit of the side eye, and that's when I found my spirit animal.
You and those dang foxes.
Me and this fox. Are you sure that's supposed to be an X? We're not entirely sure that that's how the English language works.
Yeah, the English language.
I don't know if it's English anymore. Even though it was the TEDx London, so I guess they are the authority, being in England itself.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Well, I don't know.
We know. Number one in the world is American English, and if you don't know it, you better learn it.
Well, it's very good if you want to be marketable. If you come to, say, you wanted to immigrate here, it might be a good idea for you to. I mean, it all depends, I guess. If your husband or wife is an engineer or whatever, you may never need to learn a lick of any kind of language other than whatever you came here with. But
I don't know.
If you want to like buy a car and you're in not Brown County, Illinois, because you could probably find some Spanish speakers over there that will sell you a car.
Brown County?
Yeah.
Brown County mean Cass County?
I don't know. I thought that there was a large Mexican population in Brown County.
No, not Brown County. Or maybe Schuyler County. Wherever Beardstown is. Wherever that is.
It could be. I don't know.
They also have a very high, like, I think it's French. I could be wrong. I want to say there's like a French-speaking population too.
I don't know. Maybe they came right up the Mississippi River from Louisiana and just moved right on up the Illinois River, parked there, started hunting gators in Havana.
There might be some.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Just so much water.
It's just some old river person put their pet gator right in the river. And now it's eaten several motorists. Boat motorists, that is.
It'll only survive for one summer, though.
Who knows? Bull sharks have been found as far north as Alton, Illinois, in the Mississippi River. So, who am I to judge where aquatic
Good, good thing
reptile
we're
spends its winters?
good thing we're still north of that then.
Yeah, so far north. I don't know. I think they might run into trouble with the dams. I think we're all right. If you ever felt like taking a dip in the mighty Mississip, which I don't recommend because you'll likely die, but you probably wouldn't have to contest with bull sharks. It's just everything else.
It has a very steep drop off.
The
I was like
current
looking
is
at the bank, and
swift.
I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't go that far. I'm like, oh, how far can we walk out into the? Oh, it's like 2 steps.
Yeah. Well, the because we're between the dams, it has a lake-like quality, but I would say it's still it kills several people a year just around here. So
Yeah.
caution, kids, don't jump in the river. It will murder you.
I I got my hair done this past week, and the person who's cut my hair was saying how she and her friends were when they were in high school, they would go up to that railroad bridge and jump off the railroad bridge, and I'm like, the thing that's very high. She's like, oh, it's not that high.
It's not
I'm
that
like,
high.
I don't know.
It's
I
not like
would.
jumping off Bayview or whatever. That'll murder you.
It looks okay. I would not advise it.
Oh
And like
no,
you never know if there's like a piece of driftwood or anything. You like
that
jump down and you just get impaled.
that's what you got to be aware of, and you can't because it's muddy. It's in the name,
Yeah,
the
it's
muddy
just pure
Mississippi,
water.
and you're gonna freaking break your neck or kill yourself landing on something.
Yeah.
But this fox and me are completely simpatico because not only were we given side eye to including X and women, but also and these lunatics on the Twitter space these days who are using the hashtag all buildings matter on 9/11 day.
Oh. Oh, I missed this one. Oh no.
Oh, it's trending. These geniuses are trying to, I believe, well, some of them are trying to draw attention to maybe helping educate what they deem the all lives matter folks on how it could be seen as insensitive for when people say Black Lives Matter to respond with all lives matter. And so on 9/11 day, they say, well, those all lives matter folks, they're going to be Republicans who love the country and are mourning 9/11. So let's troll them by saying all buildings matter on Twitter all over the place. Look at them, they're losing their minds. They think that we're being rude and insensitive. How do they think we feel when they say all lives matter? We're very smart and clever. And me and the fox. Hurry up. Are you really? You gonna do this on 9/11 day? But they are.
Apparently.
It's all over the place. And it's not just that. There's a people going around on 9/11 day saying that, oh, almost 3,000 people died on 9/11 like 20 years ago. 100,000 people plus died this year because of Donald Trump. He personally killed them by being president during a
that's
pandemic.
garbage. That such garbage reasoning.
And in addition, and I grabbed old Soap's tweets here because he was checking all the boxes on
Oh, no.
terrible 9/11 day takes with his all buildings matter hashtag, with his downplaying the terrorist attack and comparing it to pandemic deaths, and including other things that are, for example, people who died in the United States during slavery, the atomic bomb in Hiroshima, Afghan civilian deaths from the war in Afghanistan, Oh, in Nagasaki. But not just that. I saw some other people that were specifically referencing uh, war deaths and other conflicts from the United States and other such things. And I said, we got to run these people out of here. Are you serious? I don't know if I need to explain it to our highbrow viewer base, but first of all, all buildings don't matter. From the very start,
They do not.
there's a condemned like shell of a house 2 blocks down. It's like leaning sideways, and it's got well, it needs plywood over its windows, but it doesn't have it. This is probably some squatter living in there. That building does not matter as much or equally to other buildings. So, to the extent you even want to say that there's some equivalence between people that might respond to people saying that Black Lives Matter with the all lives matter. Well, I would agree. All lives do matter equally. There are not lives that matter more than others, including Black lives. Black lives matter. I agree 100%. They do. But they don't matter more than other lives. But buildings, on the other hand, there might be a hierarchy of value there.
Yeah.
We're in the shanty down by the river that a homeless guy put up with like some pieces of sheet metal and old drift logs. Might matter less.
I saw that one.
Might matter less than a 100-story skyscraper built as a testament to world trade, even having it in the name.
Yeah.
So we could probably throw that one in the trash. What the hell are you even talking about? And then you say that terrorists intentionally murdering people to attack not only our people, but our symbols, our way of life, and our sense of security and well-being is the same. It's not even as bad as people dying from a pandemic.
Other people from other nations died on that day too from the attacks. So it wasn't just Americans. It was a whole attack on the Western symbolism and whatnot. So
yeah, well, New York's an international city. They got people from all over the place working in that.
Need to respond with one of those brainlet Wojak memes.
Oh my god! I was like, all right, I get it. More people have died. Also, more people have died in car wrecks. But I'm not, sending death threats to the transportation secretary. What are you gonna
do? Yeah. To the CEO of Ford.
Yeah. Oh, you've killed you personally, Ford.
You have personally murdered.
Have murdered so many people. I don't know what the numbers are on vehicle deaths this year, but I'm sure it's more than a few.
Oh, definitely. Well, we're actually probably behind this year than normal because of the quarantine and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I just don't get it. So me and the Fox were giving this guy a little side eye as well. Wasn't sure exactly what the point of all this is. What is it? There's I follow this Twitter account that spouts out. It's a bot that spits out random Dune quotes. And I think that's where I got this from. But it says, "If you believe words, you believe their hidden arguments." So if you say something, and the saying that you have has meaning behind it that isn't literally encompassed in the phraseology that you're using, and then you adopt those words and espouse them, then you're adopting those hidden things behind it. This is a trick people play with all kinds of stuff, but very recently with the anti-fascist movement, the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes.
Any politician who passes a very cleverly acronymed law.
Definitely.
What was that? Well, the Patriot Act comes readily to mind with our history playing out today.
Yep, Patriot Act. There's the Gun-Free School Zones Act, rendered unconstitutional, and then there's a handful of provisions in the what was it? The
Violence
against women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Equal Rights Amendment. Let me tell you, and I don't know if you guys know this, so I'll get real close and I'll whisper a little.
Get that HD sound on.
The law isn't about violence against women. That's just the name, so that if people come out in opposition of it, because it's got some weird stuff back there in the fine print,
yeah,
then they can say that this idiot came out against or in favor of violence towards women.
Yeah,
and it's just
cue the faux outrage.
Yeah, it's just a faux talking point that they could throw up and get a quick headline and a cheap shot, but it's enough. They can do it, and that's a little bit of political pressure to make it hard for people, to make them look bad doing the right thing. So, anytime we see some of this stuff, just because, obviously, right? Specifically with the Black Lives Matter things, they matter. I don't think anybody that I know disagrees.
Right.
I agree, Black Lives Matter. I will say it freely. But there's hidden arguments behind Black Lives Matter. There are other things. And there's a movement associated with it that, among other things, supports certain Marxist values that want to tear down economic systems and things that have provided the greatest flourishing of humanity in our entire history. Without
even want to, they even say that they want to tear down your family. I mean, disrupt the notion of the husband, wife, the father, mother, and children in your family. So.
Yes. Well, we talked about that too. I'm not entirely sold on the whole nuclear family thing anyway. We're so disconnected, though. It's particularly nowadays that it's almost by default. But when it was sort of, I don't even know how it came to be that was the way it was. Grandma and Grandpa live out on the farm until they die, or we might move them into a home. But we don't have like extended family households and those sorts of things.
Right, but they're but they don't talk about the extended family. What they're getting at is like a collective type deal. Which, I mean, I don't know. Who is my neighbor, I guess, but difference between voluntary and forced.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know. You get like, and I say this, but I've never read the book, even though it was assigned in high school. I faked through that assignment. But A Brave New World, wasn't there some sort of like genetic engineering or collective child raising?
No, I do not know. I have not read that one.
Well, they did have it in The Giver, where they had specific birth mothers whose job it was to carry all of the children born into the community.
Yeah, they were actual breeders.
Yes. Maybe that's what that's
The Giver is a very good PG version of all those dystopian authoritarianism novels from the early 20th century.
And The Giver is really good. Recommend anybody that wants to read something that's not, It's written for the YA crowd, I would feel. So it's approachable in its ease of reading. It's not like you're picking up an Ernest Hemingway book that makes me literally want to shoot myself with a shotgun.
Whoa. Hey, wait. Isn't... Oh, never mind. No. I think that was assigned reading in one of my when I was in elementary school. One of the other 5th grade classes had it, so it's very readable. You read it really quickly in a weekend. It's probably in a day, really.
My Molly and I read that. It's good. Good book. Recommend. But in more brighter news, apparently not everybody's an idiot in the world. And on and on 9/11 day, we don't have to give everybody side-eye because our great president actually gave the Medal of Honor out to a few people today, and one of which was this gentleman here. He ran into...
Zach, I gotta take a break.
What? Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, Adam. These things happen when you go live, folks. Don't worry about it. I'll just go ahead and check the chat, see if anybody's in here chatting with us. We've got no chatters. Oh, I did want to bring this up for those few of you that are listening in right now. We didn't have any comments on the last video that was proposing stage names for Adam and myself that we could adopt for the show. I asked my child, and she suggested Weird Guy and Weirder Guy, which I thought was nice. Because I wasn't weirder. That was Adam. But if you care to, feel free to comment on this video or put it in the chat right now if you would like to propose a new stage name for me or my friend here. I sort of liked Hammer in the Fuzz coming to you live from the heart of an active volcano. That might be next week. Uh-oh, I hear him. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hey.
Greetings,
one of my sons woke up screaming. So.
Oh my gosh, is he alive?
Yeah. No, he's fine. He's on the couch down here.
Sweet. Guest star. Adam's child.
Let's hope not.
No, I was just talking to our one person in chat that we didn't get any comments recommending new stage names for us.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Molly suggested Weird Guy and Weirder Guy. You are weirder, so I thought that it was fine.
Oh, that's probably it. that's fine.
But Medal of Honor recipient ran into a burning building to rescue hostages held by the Islamic State. Pulled people too afraid to even stand to safety from being executed. He was on the roof, and suicide bombers' vests were detonating in the below, shaking it to its very foundations.
Oh my gosh.
And this man's name...
It's like a action hero.
Sergeant Major Thomas Patrick Payne.
Oh,
American
nice.
hero, Major Payne, and immediately, I didn't have to give side eye to this guy with my Fox friend, but I did think of, oh, Major Payne.
Oh,
Have you seen Major Payne?
Do not get that reference.
You've not seen... Oh, Adam.
Hey, I'm still catching up. I just watched Con Air. I'm in the middle of watching the final countdown.
You've got to watch
I still
Major
need to watch.
Payne.
I
It's
still need to
pretty
watch
short.
Blade.
It's a kids film, but it has swears in it.
Ooh.
Mild swears. But Major Payne's a wonderful film. Everybody out there who, all of our viewers, all of our many viewers should go check out Major Payne if you hadn't seen it. But yeah, I did see that you did finally see Con Air. Hit film starring Nicolas Cage, who won't turn down a job doing anything.
Oh, that film. I don't know how much fun I've had with the film. It was like, well, we talked about it. There's like The Godfather, there's like cinema, right? Godfather, Apocalypse Now, whatever. And then there's like, oh, I want to see robots punching each other and exploding. And I know it's not the same. And Con Air was one of those. I remember you mentioning it in a few one-liners or whatever, but I highly recommend it because it's it seems like the writers wrote the script that every single line was supposed to be a one-liner. It's so good. It's bad. It's good. It's so good.
It's really bad. Like,
it's like, I don't know how many. I'm like,
it's a
after
90s action
explosion,
movie. They're all like that.
There's so many explosions. I'm like, is this a Michael Bay film? It's like, and then they did the thing with the airplane with the hook on it, and they took away the car, and I'm like, no, that's how's that gonna? Dave Chappelle's in it though. That was good.
I'll say this: it is an excellent '90s action film. Of the '90s action films, where they're like, you know what? This hard R rating we've been getting in the '80s to make these exceptional action films. It's really keeping a key audience of teenagers from seeing our films. Got Tipper Gore out here saying that we're damaging kids with our violent media.
Yeah.
So everything just like got cranked up to 11 on the cartoonish action and violence. And,
absolutely.
And all the swears and nudity. Nudity got ripped right out. No naked people.
Yeah, there was no nudity. They did have. Well, I mean, it was about a prison flight. They did have a lot of racist language in there.
Yeah, but that was the '90s. No one cared about that then. People could distinguish between real life and films.
Dave Chappelle probably wrote it.
Yeah. So you can talk about really edgy stuff and have your fictional characters say really horrible things and be horrible people. And it was actually fine because people could say, "Oh, this is fake." Obviously, that actor really isn't a horrifying racist. Like, I think Ving Rhames is in it.
Yes.
And he
was actually a black nationalist.
Yes. That's a plot point in there about how Nick Cage's character is trying to play him against the main bad guy because he's taking his orders from a white man. How does he feel about that and those kinds of things?
John Malkovich.
Yes. So it's like, it's good for what it is. Like you said, it's not fine cinema by any stretch. But
no, but it was. There's no spoilers for this 20-year-old movie, but there's a part where there's something that's preventing the plane from flying efficiently, and so they said find out it's a body there, and so then like I don't know, it's just so good. It's bad, right? But it's so instead of just like getting the body away, they actually like push it down so it falls down to earth. And instead of just like leaving it there, no, they can't just like leave it to your imagination that the body fell. I guess there's a plot point.
It's
with
a
that
plot
too,
point. He writes a message on the body
he
itself
writes a message on the shirt.
to give
But like,
the heads up to the cops.
it's like, oh yeah, but it's like it falls on the car and just demolishes the car. It's insane.
Yeah. I've watched the film more than once. I believe I saw it in theaters when it came out.
Oh, nice.
And it's like I said, it's fine. What did you think about Nick Cage's character acting?
There was it reminded me of there's this episode of Community where I can't remember if this was a whole class that Abed took or if it was just like a unit. It was like Nicolas Cage acting, and it was if he was like if he's a good actor or a bad actor or like what's the deal with that? And Abed actually goes insane. I think trying to trying to parse all of his films together to figure out if he's actually a good actor or a bad actor or what have you.
It's a literal mystery because he's done some really good work, and then he's done Con Air.
I don't know how to interpret that. His character there, he's got like that southern drawl.
He doesn't all the time.
I don't know. I don't understand it. But it is what it is, honestly.
Yeah. It's really good. You know what also is really good? Hashtag peace in the Middle East.
Oh, yes.
Bahrain becomes the latest Arab nation to agree to normalize ties with Israel as part of a broader diplomatic push by President Trump and his administration to fully integrate the Jewish state into the Middle East. The United Arab Emirates leading the way, followed by Bahrain, and I believe there was even reference to Sudan, but I haven't seen anything about that.
I don't know what that entailed, though. That was a few weeks ago, I think.
And I believe that we talked about this, that, well, people are like, well, I don't know. People that are like sincere are saying, this is amazing. Normalized ties between the Muslim nations in the Middle East and Israel have been a dream of peace proponents since Israel became a thing.
Yeah, that's from back in what, 66 or 67 or yeah, I mean,
sounds
you're
right.
talking 50s and 60s is when it was,
when the diaspora returned and they had their little war and whatever.
Their little war? Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that.
The last 4 days or something. It's in the name.
Just go. Yeah, keep going.
Well, and we talked about this, but it might also portend the end times.
Oh, yes. It's just, I don't know. It was just funny because the Left Behind series was a huge series in the 90s for Christian fiction. And the whole thing was about peace in the Middle East.
Wait. It's just a fiction there. It threw me off, but go on. The Left Behind series is literally a prophetic work.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
On my bookshelf, I have it. I have my Bible. So you have Old Testament, New Testament, and then you have the Left Behind series because it's like an appendix.
It's the final revelation.
The final revelation.
No.
I even have one version where I've actually duct taped it together. So it's as intended. It's all one book.
Stop with the blasphemy. But
JK.
no, it's like it's huge. Oh, I know. It's huge. It was huge in the 90s, and then but some of that trickled down into like the culture war or gosh. I don't know why I said that. Tricked into the culture. And then, which incidentally, I believe Nick Cage played as as one of the characters in one of the Left Behind movies.
Yeah.
FYI.
I thought they only made one.
And
Like Kirk Cameron.
no, Kirk Cameron was in Left Behind, and I think Tribulation Force. And I think they wanted to try and bring it back. Not dark and gritty though. I think.
Well, I mean, the whole
Nicolas
thing is
Cage.
sort of dark and gritty. It's about the end
Dude,
times.
yeah, I think I read the first 2.5 books, and like the guy who's like the Antichrist is like, the worst guy. So, I mean, picture that. He's the worst guy. So it would be dark and gritty.
I don't think the Antichrist is supposed to be the worst guy.
The worst human?
No, he's just supposed to be a false prophet that uses his wiles, let's say, to persuade everybody that he's good.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So here you go. Here you go. Hearing something and then saying, "Oh yeah, this is what end times. This is the eschatology. This is the end times prophecy," and it's like, well, let's not let's not base our beliefs off of tradition or pop culture references. And so that's why it's kind of funny that Peace in the Middle East is kind of what kicked off in the Left Behind series. And then right now it's there's 3-4 nations now that are normalizing peaceful ties with Israel. So it's just like a maybe it is supposed to be duct taped to the back.
That's what I'm saying. That's how we do it in my household. You can do what you like. As for me and mine, we'll tape the Left Behind series to the Bible. But all this buzz with this and Trump's role in it has actually started gaining buzz. And he was recently nominated by a Norwegian parliamentarian for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, wow.
And I said to myself, I'm like, wow, actually, Trump has done a lot for peace. Much more than the last American president who earned the Nobel Peace Prize, who had a literal kill list that included American citizens on it.
Mm.
So, I mean, I don't know, who am I to say? But
that's right. The guy mentioned he was like, Trump is the first president in 30-something years or something that hasn't started an armed conflict.
Yeah. He's been very adamant in actually extricating ourselves and ending those armed conflicts. Even to the chagrin of his advisors, even in the face of the resignation of high-profile generals, he is adamant on ending these conflicts, stopping these wars, and apparently in creating world peace. Yeah, it seems like he's very deserving of this award.
But I was gonna say he did a drone strike on like what was it, the Republican Guard, the Hamas guy,
the Iranian general was the main one. So it hasn't been all peaceful, but you could say that the strikes that he has made in the actions that have been trumpeted have been in terminating the ability of our enemies to make war continually. So I don't know. But then again, if you go down that route, if you use violence to so do, are you any different than Kill List Jones? I don't know. Trump's kill list is just way shorter and it has meaner guys on it, so he's fine.
Maybe, yeah. Right.
Yeah. But people are crazy and they don't think this is a good idea. They don't think President Trump deserves it because he doesn't deserve anything good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he doesn't deserve anything, apparently.
No. He's the literal Hitler reborn. How on earth could Hitler reborn be awarded The Peace Prize. Hitler was bad.
It's absolutely nuts.
So I don't know. Follow up on our from a couple weeks ago. Remember we were talking about reading the minds of people, so you can find what they really meant when they said things. Well, I came across this excellent list of hashtag coded messages that people say, and then what they really mean when they say things like, "They want to invade your suburbs." What they really mean is they want to desegregate your neighborhood. Not mentioning or realizing the fact that most neighborhoods and suburbs are only marginally, if at all, majority white. But maybe the next one's better. Let's see. Coded message. The left wants to bring communism to America. What they really mean is the left wants Americans to enjoy fair wages and guaranteed health care like every other developed nation.
Barf. They
hate the Bible. What they really mean is they respect other religions and believe of separation of church and state. Anyway, it goes on like this. And I said,
incorrect. They actually literally hate the Bible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to paint everybody the same brush. I'm the kind of guy who says,
right.
You need to take each individual person on their own. Don't lump them into, say, a list of what certain people might say and what they really mean, and say all of these people are like this and mean the same thing. Is your child there?
He's like, I don't know what he's doing.
It's way past his bedtime.
Yeah, well, you know, he was asleep for a couple hours. Hey, bud. There you go. Why don't you lay there?
But my favorite one.
He's hot.
What?
Hiding behind a pillow fort.
That seems like a good bedtime routine. He'll tire himself out soon. But my favorite one is the very last one on the list. When they say they hate America, what they really mean is they want America to live up to its principles of liberty and justice for all. And it strikes me because recently...
Can you hear him?
Yes, that's fine. Antifa protesters are actually on the street shouting "Death to America." No. Yes. These guys don't hate America. These people on the street that were shouting "Death to America," they just want America to live up to its ideals of liberty and justice for all. That's a bunch of bunk. Everybody knows it. Even you guys who think that MAGA hat wearing Trumpists or dumb rednecks or whatever, know that these people shouting "Death to America" may not like America very much.
It's flat out lies. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, weird. Well, that's the times we live in. Anyway, we're approaching the end of our time here tonight, and it sounds like Adam might have some parental responsibilities. There is one thing I wanted to touch on. Yeah, I think you might have something that you might want to plug, sir.
You have one thing?
Yeah, at least.
What's up?
It's this very thing.
Oh, yes.
Adam's novel is up. I already bought my copy. I was lucky enough to read an advanced version. But get yourself one. Go on the old Google machine or Amazon or whatever. I might even put a little link in the description below this video, where you can click on and get an e-copy of Collateral Damage, a kaiju thriller. It's in a edge-of-your-seat thrill ride of wonderful kaiju robot battles, but told from the perspective of the man on the street on a mission to rescue his boy. Did I get that about right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's yeah, that was good.
Is that what it's about? I mean, I just pretended to read it before I have not actually.
That's not true.
I've read it. That's true. I have. Anyway, folks, that's our show for tonight. If you would, please like and subscribe. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can hit the bell icon and get alerts from whenever we go live, even though that's Friday night at 9 o'clock. Apparently, I'll have to say most Fridays now. Very peculiar. You can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are conveniently located right below our faces, and the Triggered Media Twitter account is
There we go.
Right there. If you have any suggested new stage names for us, please comment below, or feel free to tweet at us. And additionally, if you have any suggestions for topics you'd like to discuss, or guests you'd like to have on, or if you'd like to be a guest even, feel free to hit us up, because we can do anything we want. Because it's a freaking America still.
Yes, this is.
For now.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, that's our show for tonight. You have a wonderful evening, and take care.